Hey guys, and welcome to another video. So this is my day 2 for MerMay, and I was really excited to get back into drawing since I've been feeling sick the last couple weeks. So this is an extremely good entry back into art for me, and it's given me a lot of inspiration to draw. I've finally started drawing again because of this, and I have been drawing mermaids every day since the beginning of May, and I feel like my skills in drawing mermaids is not only growing but blossoming because of the practice that May has given me in drawing mermaids. So when I drew this was actually my favorite mermaid so far. The prompt was witch mermaid for this day, and I really love witches, and although it's not a fairy, it is still a mythological type creature, and I was extremely excited to put my take on it. And it's extremely fitting because mermaids, you know, live in the water, and I use watercolors, which is what I'm using here in this video. So it seemed like an extremely appropriate fit as far as mediums go to paint my mermaid. So here I am just making my mermaid nice and buff, drawing a lot of contours on her arms and her neck. Got to make sure that her neck's nice and long and strong. I really wanted to give her nice inset eyes, make her eyebrow bones extremely prominent. But in between, I'm just pretending like I'm drawing the rest of the mermaid, since I only really like to draw hair. I only take slight breaks from drawing hair to draw the rest of the body. I really only draw so I could draw the hair, so that's what I'm doing here. Here we go. I'm drawing her tail now, which is kind of honestly just like a more fleshy version of hair. So this is my second favorite part of drawing this, but I'm pretty sure I go back to the hair really soon after this. So eventually I add a lot of other detail here, but for right now I'm just going to add the base colors down. Here I am back to the hair. Got to make sure that it's nice and contoured, make sure the color is just how I want it and nice and flowy, because I assume she's underwater.
I assume.
So at this point I was kind of lost with where I wanted to go with the coloring. I wasn't quite sure the best way to make the scales look how I wanted them, and I usually don't draw in this tone, so it was a little bit of a learning experience to get the colors and the shading right, especially since I'm not drawing a human form right now. I'm sort of focusing on a mermaid. And it's especially hard because I realized that in this kind of drawing I can't only draw hair and paint the hair, so it was a kind of a takeaway from my usual style to have to draw other things. A little bit of a struggle for me, honestly. But I honestly like the hair, not the hair but the hat. It's a little upsetting because it covers the hair, so I couldn't draw as much hair as I would have liked to, but I think since it was a witch theme, the hat really adds a lot to the character. I named this witch Maria. She was born underwater, clearly, because she's a mermaid, and she's been training to be a witch ever since she was very young. Although she's an acolyte at this point, not necessarily entirely novice, but not also a master, she gets into a lot of trouble underwater. She comes from an extremely affluent family that helps her support her witchcraft. It's kind of expensive underwater to practice witchcraft because of a lot of the materials, like chickens and raw eggs, are hard to come by, so the import taxes are kind of expensive. Anyway, here I am finishing up the face, finally adding a lot of nice detail and form to the face. It's not so flowy anymore, but you know, I had to spend very little time on the face so I could spend more time adding the details to the hair. I know I say don't draw every single strand of hair, but I'm gonna do that right now anyway. I need to make sure it looks nice. Also, I noticed something halfway through painting this, is the hair isn't like hair is really when it's underwater. It's more it's like condensed, you know what I mean? Like when you go underwater, your hair kind of flows up above your head and it's all over the place and it's not pretty. Her hair is extremely pretty for being underwater. I think I just forgot halfway through that she was underwater. I did my best, but you know, we're not all perfect, and sometimes you just have to draw hair the way you've always drawn it without doing anything differently, even if it's not going to be appropriate for the subject. Anyway, so I'm gonna move on to the hands now. I'm kind of nervous at this point to get to the tail because I've already committed a lot of time to this drawing and I really like it, so I know if I mess up here it's going to be a lot of wasted time. So I'm sweating a little bit, but I think we'll get through okay. Here we go. You know, I was started off really nervous, but the more I did it, the better I felt painting and adding detail to the tail. I kind of had a second wind of drawing when I started on it. However, I realized that if I pushed my luck too much, I was going to start sucking, so I had to go back up to the hat a little bit and add some detail to the hat, so that's what I'm doing right now. I realized that since it was covering the hair, it needed to be extremely nice, so I wanted to make sure that the hat was sort of a flowy extension of the hair, kind of. Funny story, the hat, I assume, was actually purchased by Maria's father, or maybe her uncle, and it was extremely expensive. So if she was a cheaper witch, it wouldn't have been as nice. Anyway, here I am finishing up. I was extremely happy with how this turned out. If you like my art, make sure to smash that subscribe button and smash that like button. It helps a lot. Thanks.